Fellow fish fanatics, welcome back! With the release of GPT-5 for ChatGPT, I thought it would be time to try a rematch against DanDanGPT. Dun 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 dun. As you can see, I already put in the prompt as well as the deck list that I have here on the channel. The deck list is also in the description, as is the prompt. If it works great, we would finally have a computer that can play Dan against us.
I am DanDanGPT, your friendly and slightly fish-obsessed, Dandân forgetful fish opponent. Here's how I'll handle games with you. We'll play with the exact 80 card shared deck list you provided. We share the library and graveyard. Both players draw from and put cards into the same piles. I never assume anything about your hidden information, hand, and known draws unless a card specifically reveals it. Whenever you draw, I'll tell you exactly which card it is, since the deck is public and shared. After each turn, I'll give you a clear game state update, including board state, all permanents in play, their tapped-untapped status, your hand, only your cards, not mine. I'll always remember Dandân's special rules. It can't attack unless the defending player controls an island. If you control no islands, you must sacrifice it. Basically, I'll keep the bookkeeping clean, the tone friendly, and the fish swimming fish. Do you want to start a game now?
Okay. I already shuffled the library, though we'll start the game. I get a hand, I will pick the hand out from the real library to see if it matches with the restrictions of the deck list. So yeah, let's start a game.
Great. Let's get our fish on fish. We'll shuffle up the 80 card shared deck, and then both players start at 20 life. The library and graveyard are shared. Both players draw 7 cards. Whoever goes first does not draw at the start of their first turn. Here's what I'll do first. Randomly determine who goes first. Deal your opening 7 cards, telling you exactly what they are. Keep my own hand secret unless revealed by a card effect. Let's roll for first turn. High roll wins. Game die, you roll a 14. I roll a 9. You go first. Now I'm drawing your opening hand from the shared deck. Your opening hand. Island Portent Dandân telling time accumulated knowledge lonely sandbar memory lapse. You're on the play. Remember, you won't draw a card on turn 1. What's your first move?
Okay, I'm quickly picking up the hand that I have, only a lonely sandbar missing. So let's see where that is. And then we have random 7 cards from our opponent, but this is our hand. So as like a proxy, I will deal out 7 blind cards that I don't know. We will switch them out throughout the game. We will get to know which card I draw, and we will also get to know which cards are played and how many cards are in hand, which is more important that DanDanGPT also keeps track of that. So I will be the left player, and yeah, I shall keep my hand, and apparently I'll start, so I'll not draw. Let's start simple by playing an island and a portent and see what I see on top of the library.
Alright, you tap your island. It's now tapped, and cast portent. We look at the top 3 cards of the shared library. Dandân Vision Charm accumulated knowledge. You may arrange these 3 cards in any order on top of the library, and you can choose whether the target player, you, in this case, will draw at the beginning of the next upkeep. How would you like to order them?
Okay, so these are the 3 cards. I not may draw, but have to draw the card at the beginning of the next upkeep. So the first card I will draw, and then the second card, either of them, the opponent will probably draw. So let's switch those, get the extra fish, and see what we can do with that. We'll get accumulated knowledge to our opponent to maybe then draw 2 cards, which is better, and the board wipe then for me, so the opponent does not get that. And let's hope there is no card draw on the other person's turn. So I'll have to put that in for a sec here, and then I'll pass the turn and draw the Dandân, and then the opponent may continue their turn. Okay, we get a nice little summary here, and then they ask if they should narrate the entire turn. Let's do that.
Draw. Accumulated knowledge. From the library's top. Main phase 1. Play Halimar Depths as my land for turn. Its triggered ability lets me look at the top 3 cards of the shared library and rearrange them. The top 3 right now are Vision Charm, Telling Time, Mystic Retrieval. I'll leave them as is. Vision Charm, Telling Time, Mystic Retrieval. With no untapped lands, I pass the turn.
Okay, so I swapped out one card from their hand since there was no Halimar Depths in there. Now we know there is a Halimar Depths in their hand as well as a accumulated knowledge. And they remembered that Vision Charm was the now then top card. We have Telling Time next and Mystic Retrieval. Telling Time and a Mystic Retrieval. There it is. Okay, so thing is, what we don't want is that DanDanGPT tells us what's on top with their own Halimar Depths, since it's a look ability, not a reveal ability. So let's correct that for the future, and well, now we know what's on top, and then continue and see if that works. One last thing before we continue.
It's now turn 2. You'll draw Vision Charm from the top of the library. What's your play?
Okay, so now I draw Vision Charm and let's do the correction and tell them about our play, what we're doing here. Untap here. I don't have many lands now, do I? So I'll play the Lonely Sandbar tapped and actually already passed the turn, sadly, but that's how it is. So let's do the correction of not having them tell what they see on top and also what we play.
Got it. I'll keep all private knowledge to myself from now on, just like in a real game. Anything my cards reveal will stay hidden from you unless an effect says otherwise.
What I forgot to see is that I should have an extra Dandan in my hand. So let's correct that as well and also see what they do this turn.
Turn 2. Me on tap. Halimar Depths. Already untapped. Draw for turn. Play Island. Tap Island plus Halimar Depths to cast Telling Time. I look at the top 3 cards of the library and arrange 2 into my hand, 1 on bottom. Info kept private, pass the turn back to you. You'll draw your card at the start of turn 3. Would you like me to reveal which card you draw next?
So, they play a Telling Time, tapping those 2 lands. They look at the top 3. One of them goes into the hand. We don't know if it is the Mystic Retrieval. They put 1 on the bottom and 1 on top of the library. So I will blindly pick a card. We don't know what it is. 1 random, and I don't know what's down there. And we will draw a card. We didn't get revealed what it is, so we'll have to correct that as well, and also correct our hand so that we still have a second Dandan in here. So we got that correction, and we drew another Telling Time. Oh, right. I made a little mistake. They played a Telling Time. Probably that one. I actually drew a Telling Time, so let's see what that can do for us. We did not draw another land, so that kind of sucks, but they do have an island, and I have an island, so let's simply play a Dandan. They are tapped out, no counters incoming probably, and see if we can start beating down the life points.
Turn 3. Me on tap step. Nothing was tapped. Draw a step. I draw a card. Main phase. Play Island as my land for turn. Pass the turn to you. No spells cast. At the start of turn 4, you'll draw a Mystic Retrieval. What's your move?
Okay, so this happened here. They played an island and I drew a Mystic Retrieval. So there could be some counter magic happening soon, maybe some crystal spray or the like. We'll see what happens when we attack with the Dandan. I again did not draw another land. I could play Telling Time to see if I draw a land and they play the land, but actually I just want to see what happens, and I have a memory lapse here, so if they crystal spray I can just simply counter that. Let's see what they do when I attack. Okay, we got our first mistake here.
Yes. Before combat damage, I'll respond by casting Ray of Command, targeting your Dandan. I gain control of it until end of turn. Untap it, and it gains haste. Since it's now under my control and you're the attacking player, it is removed from combat. Rule 506.4. Your attack fizzles. No damage dealt. Would you like to take any actions in your second main phase?
So, nice try. Thing is, Ray of Command costs 4, so they should only have 3 mana. Let's see for a sec if they said that as well. They actually forgot... No, They just didn't give a summary. They only had Halimar Depths and Island in play and played an island. So they don't have 4 mana. Obviously they couldn't have more than 3. It's turn 3 and there's no ramp in the deck, and they didn't state so. So yeah, they made a mistake. Let's correct that and see what else happens here. Also, maybe we want them to put the card on the stack that they cast and ask me if I want to respond as well before they just continue doing so. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I like that thinking moment here from GPT-5. Interesting. Very interesting. They now chose to take some time to reevaluate what was happening. Because I said they made a mistake and now they're thinking. I like that. That makes it more realistic, kind of. More real, kind of. Instead of just answering right away. Let's see how long that takes. And they apparently have a Ray of Command in their hand. We are gonna track that. So now I know that info. I will just take it as they showed me this card and they didn't have the mana. And now we will see what else they have in hand. Guess in the meantime I'll get a water. Wow. Okay, I'm back with the water. I find it interesting, like they told me about my hand. I'm wondering if now they said something about considering Vision Charm's impact. Wondering if they are analyzing my whole hand, which is an info that they shouldn't have. Oh, okay. So they thought about for about 3 minutes now. And let's see what happens.
Good catch on the Ray earlier. Won't happen again. And yes, I'll check for your responses to my plays going forward. You've declared Dandân as an attacker. It's now tapped and attacking. I have a response before combat damage. I cast Vision Charm. Tap island to pay. You. Mode. All islands become plains until end of turn. Do you have a response? If it resolves, you'll control no islands. So state-based actions will make you sacrifice Dandân before damage is dealt.
Okay, now that is interesting. So they have the second Vision Charm. They stated everything perfectly about how that actually works, which I really like. I'm really impressed. So they would turn all islands here into plains, and that therefore my Dandân would die. But I find it very nice that they didn't think of my memory lapse, though they could still have 2 mana open to cast their memory lapse as well to wipe out all Dandans. Huh! So now I'm in a tough spot. That is cool. That is interesting. And also the thing is, my island would be a plain, so I only have 1 blue here and an island. So I couldn't even play a second Dandan if I wanted to risk that. I also think they should go down 1 card, right? From the Vision Charm, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so let's let that resolve. Let the Vision Charm kill Dandân and turn our lands into plains. I will leave the mana open to see what they play to be able to counter that or take a counter out of their hand. I'm kind of in a bad position by only having 2 lands, but that's what I got dealt here, and let's continue. I'll also make sure that I counted the cards in hand correctly and see what they want to do, maybe end of turn or start their turn then.
Correct. After casting Vision Charm, it resolves and the effect applies. All islands are now plains until end of turn. Because you control no islands, Dandân is sacrificed immediately. State-based action before combat damage. Fish Gust of Wind. You pass the turn. Yes, I currently have 6 cards in hand, and I won't reveal any of them unless a card effect instructs me to. It's now turn 4. Me. On tap. Halimar Depths and Islands. Draw a step. I draw a card. Do you want me to continue narrating my main phase?
Okay, so we need 2 corrections. This info isn't in here. Let's put that in. I think we are breaking apart a little now. They forgot my Vision Charm. They removed my Vision Charm out of the hand. So let's do that again, because that is just not correct. So that one also didn't work. They forgot about telling time. Let's give them an update what should be in my hand and in the grave. So this should be my hand. Alright, they forgot it earlier also. I also missed that. Should have corrected that earlier. Maybe you saw that. Good for you. So, because they cast their telling time. So let's put that in here as well. Like this. Okay, so we got that information correctly, but they did another mistake here.
Turn 4. Me. Main phase 1. Place Vialunite Temple as my land for turn. Tap Island plus Halimur Depths to cast Accumulated Knowledge. I draw 2 cards. I keep this information hidden from you. I'm now done with my main phase and pass to your turn 4. Untapped lands. You'll draw your next card at the start of your turn. Do you want me to tell you what you drew?
So this is a 2 mana cost card and it only draws you 1 because it has 0 cards in the graveyard that are named Accumulated Knowledge as well. So let's correct that.
Ah, right. Good catch. I misremembered the Accumulated Knowledge wording. It costs 1 U and draws 1 card because there's no other copy in the graveyard. Thanks for clarifying. I'll just resolve that. Draw 1 card. Private info. And then pass the turn to you. T's now turn 4. You draw. Ray of Command.
You know what? Instead of drawing, I want at the end of turn cast a telling time. Because I still have mana open.
Alright, you cast telling time at the end of my turn, using untapped lands as needed. You look at the top 3 cards of the shared library. You may put 1 on the bottom of the library, put 1 in your hand, put 1 on top of the library. The top 3 cards you see are Metamorphose Temple of Epiphany Crystal Spray. How would you like to arrange them?
Okay, so I do need a land drop at some point. So I'll take the land. I'll also draw the second card. I think Crystal Spray is a little bit better since it also lets me draw a card at some point. So let's do it like this. This goes on the bottom, this goes on top, and this goes in my hand. Okay, they forgot the telling time in the graveyard. They did also not remove my telling time from the graveyards, from my hand. So let's correct that. So like a little in between thingy, I do notice that they make mistakes, but it feels much more reactive than the last video that I made. I think the last video they played very poorly. You can check it out on the channel if you want to. But they are still forgetting stuff and misunderstanding rules or misreading cards, how much they cost. So there are still mistakes, so I wouldn't say it's a perfect DanDanGPT. Let's continue the game and give it a little correction. And I'll also play the Temple of Epiphany at the same time. I see a reset on top, the diminishing returns. Now, do I want that? I don't think so. I'm pretty good right now. I wouldn't want to cast 4 mana spells with a full hand and our opponent having a full hand right now. So I'll give it to them. I'll leave it up here and give it to them. I'll try to cast another spell, probably a Dandan. If they want to reset the game, they can do that, but I still have a Dandan out and they would tap out completely. So let's cast the Dandan, leave it up there, and see what their next play is. Well, let's get the order of the hand correctly. So we have Telling Time, Accumulated Knowledge, Memory Lapse, Vision Charm, Mystic Retrieval, Ray of Command. No. Oh, that was my mistake. Why do they think I have a Ray of Command? Oh. They let me draw 2 cards earlier and I just copied it. That was a mistake by me, and I mean by them also. Okay, let's do another correction and then continue there on. Okay, then they untap. They draw a card, which is the diminishing returns. I'm not sure if they remember that, but we'll see. And then let's continue. Okay, so that should be correct. Now, they play another island. Why do they have so many lands? island, and then they cast diminishing returns. Okay, let's do that. What do they tap these except for the Halamardets? Okay, I'm not sure if they know what diminishing returns does, but let's correct that.
Turn 5. Me. Main phase. Play island as land for turn. Tap island plus Velunite temple to cast diminishing returns. I may choose mode. Keep private for now. Pass the turn to you. You'll draw at the start of turn 5. Diminishing returns. The card you left on top. Do you want me to update the board state for your turn 5 start?
So that didn't work out as I wanted. I want to know my hand. They don't tell me, and also they don't tell me which 10 cards we exiled. So let's get that sorted out here. Yeah, that also didn't work. Let's try earlier and fix this here maybe. No, that also doesn't work. They now let us both exile cards. Now that's not what should happen. Let's correct that again. Now they need a little thinker apparently. Now that worked better, but also I don't want to know their hand. Oh man, diminishing returns is not easy for GPT-5, I suppose. So let's see. We almost have it perfectly now. So all the cards get shuffled back into the library, but this actually stays in the graveyard. After it resolves, it goes in there. So everything gets shuffled in. We draw a new 7, but the shared graveyard is not empty. So these are all exiled. Let's quickly glance over them. 2 telling times and a Dandân and a vision charm. Vision charm? There it is. Oh, 2 vision charms. Both board wipes are gone. Now that's bad. So, are these all 10? Now that should be correct. Like this. Okay, so these are all gone out of the game. Oh, let's put them tapped in here, like this. Then we can always look at them. And then they get 7 fresh cards, which I don't know about. And I got my new 7 here. So we have the Lonely Sandbar, Temple Island, Dandân, Metamorphose, Halamardets, and Accumulated Knowledge. Whew, okay, intense game. Now, they have 1 land left, they're gonna pass.
Step 4. Remaining mana and actions. I have 1 untapped island left. I could hold it or use it for instance. I pass the main phase without casting anything, keeping that island available for responses or future plays.
Okay, so the entire board is... I also draw an island, I noticed. I'll play that. They're pretty much tapped out, and I could just play another Dandân. Since I don't really have any counter spells, I could just play a temple actually. Let's play the temple here. Oh, the Halamardets. Halamardets. I'll play that and want to see the top 3. The island is missing, but let's first look at the top 3 cards. We have Accumulated Knowledge, Vision Charm. There is another mistake. We exiled that. So that cannot be on top. Let's correct that. Okay, so with this I can work better. Accumulated Knowledge is on top. There's one. A Crystal Spray. Might be in the hand of my opponent, which I have as a proxy here. There's one, and a Ray of Command. So let's use 2 more proxies to replace those. That's on top. I mean, those are all quite powerful. I'm not scared to give them a Ray of Command. Thing is, I will only draw card number 2 if I don't draw an additional card. So let's leave it like this actually, to give them another Accumulated Knowledge.
You declare an attack with Dandân. Responses. I have no instance or abilities I can legally cast right now that would stop the attack. My only untapped permanents are lands, and nothing in play or in my hand that I can cast with 1 blue mana interacts with the attacking Dandân. Memory lapse, ray of command, mystic retrieval, etc. are all in your hand, so I don't see any way to respond. Resolved. The attack resolves. Dandân deals 4 damage to me. Life totals. You 20, me 16. Turn 6. Me untap. Halimar Depths. Untapped. Island. Tapped. Untapped island. Tapped. Untapped island. Tapped. Untapped Svielunite Temple. Tapped. Untapped draw a step. I draw a card. I won't reveal it. Main phase. I'll play island as my land for the turn. I now have 5 untapped lands. 4 islands plus Halimar Depths plus Svielunite Temple. I will tap 3 mana. Island plus Halimar Depths. To cast Ray of Command targeting your Dandân. You gain control of the Dandân until end of turn. I'll leave 2 untapped islands for responses or future plays.
Again, Ray of Command costs 4.
I'll tap 3 islands plus Halimar Depths, or any combination of 4 lands including at least 1 blue, to cast Ray of Command, targeting your Dandân. Yes, the cast is valid. Resolved. You gain control of my Dandân until end of turn. I now have 2 untapped lands remaining, for responses or future plays. Board state remains otherwise the same. Do you want me to update the battlefield and pass the turn?
So let's let that resolve.
Ah, yes, I can attack with the Dandân I now control via Ray of Command. Dandân's restriction. It can't attack unless the defending player controls an island. You do control islands, so this Dandân can attack. I'll declare the attack. Attacker. Dandân. Controlled by you until end of turn via Ray of Command. Defender. You combat damage resolves. 4 damage to you. Life totals. You 16-12. Me 16 end of combat main phase. Dandân returns to my control after Ray of Command ends at end of turn. All tapped untapped states updated accordingly.
So this goes back, and apparently I got a Ray of Command which is incorrect, but I now draw the Crystal Spray which is correct. And I shall attack with my Dandân. Very nice. Another 4 damage in. There is no Vision Charm. I could just play a second Dandân, risking that DanDanGPT just counters it. I don't have a counter myself, so what do we do? There is an accumulated knowledge up there. I think I'm just gonna play an island and pass, though. I'll ignore the untapped and tapped lands for now, since I don't always want to correct here. They untap their lands, that's important. And then they draw the accumulated knowledge. Let's see what else they do.
Turn 7. My main phase I draw the accumulated knowledge from the top of the library, from the previous Halimar Depths reveal. I now have 7 cards in hand. I won't reveal them. I have 6 untapped lands. Halimar Depths. 4 islands. Svielunite Temple. Available plays. I could cast accumulated knowledge for 1 U. Let's resolve it. I draw 1 card, putting accumulated knowledge into the graveyard. I still have 4 untapped lands remaining for future plays or responses.
Okay, so that worked nicely.
I'll pass the turn to you. It's your turn 8. What's your draw?
But why do I have less life points? We should correct that. So I'll cast my accumulated knowledge to draw 2 cards here at the end of turn and see what I get. Sorry, made a little switcheroo with the names here.
You cast accumulated knowledge for 1 U. It draws 1 card for each other copy of accumulated knowledge in the graveyard plus 1 base. There is currently 1 accumulated knowledge in the graveyard, the one I cast this turn. So you will draw 2 cards. I won't reveal which cards you draw. They go into your hand.
Let's try that once more. Okay, so we get a memory lapse and a metamorphose. A second one. Sure. Let's go to my turn and see what we draw. A portent. There's a second accumulated knowledge in the graveyard, but I'll correct that after I chose what I will do here. So, I have 1 down. I could just attack, see what happens. I think I'll do that first.
Got it. You declare an attack with your Dandân. Step 1. Check legality. Dandân can only attack if the defending player controls an island. Check mark. I have 4 untapped islands, so attack is legal. Step 2. Responses. I currently have 6 untapped lands. Halimur Depths, 4 islands. Svialunite Temple. I don't have any instants or abilities that I can legally pay for right now that would stop this attack. Step 3. Combat damage. Your Dandân deals 4 damage to me. Updated life totals. You 16, me 8.
Okay, so they want to just proceed to their turn. That's not what we're gonna do. We cast Portent. Okay, Crystal Spray. Is there a second Crystal Spray here? Or didn't we exile it? Yep, another mistake by DanDanGPT. So that also didn't work. So, Ray of Command. Again, isn't one exiled? Apparently not. Yeah, so we get a Ray of Command. But I have both Metamorphose in my hand. Again. So, now that should work. We have a Ray of Command. We have Crystal... No! Gee! Oh. Okay, again, Diminishing Return also doesn't work. Vision Charm doesn't work. Oh man. Okay, so I think I'll end it here. I've been filming for 1.5 hours now. I don't know how short this video will be. I could try to play it to the end, but here is what I have to say as a little summary or feedback for ChatGPT-5. It is better than the first version here. I think 3 was the last thing I tried playing Dandan with. The opponent plays cards and tries to respond to things that I do, tries to do them correctly. Sometimes mana value isn't correct, sometimes card drawing isn't correct. The diminishing returns was a hard one to resolve for the DanDanGPT here. Attacking works nicely. I think remembering what's on the board and what's in the hand and also what's in different zones still doesn't work perfectly. When I cast spells, sometimes things don't go from the hand into the grave or they just don't leave the hand. So there are still some things to do here to tweak it, and maybe GPT-6 will be able to solve playing Dandan against me and be able to, we'll see. So I'll end it here. Thank you everyone if you stuck around till now. I wish you a beautiful day and I hope to see you in another video. Maybe in another DanDanGPT video, but this will probably take another year till we do that again. Except if you wish for me to do so more often, I could also play different Dandan variants, but I think this is where we'll end it for today. And if you further want to support the channel, maybe you want to click those 2 buttons to do so. I'll see you in the next video and bye bye.